Mini episode 562 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by that NBA Lottery Pick, your pop culture influenced look at the world of hoops. Follow them on the web at that NBALotteryPick.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to FDH Lounge, mini episode 562. This is FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Mad Men episode 7.13 titled The Milk and Honey Route. Of course, this segment is co-branded as usual with NotJustAnotherTVSite.com, where you can also find my weekly reviews of Mad Men. Here's our top 5 developments from episode 7.12 heading into this week's installment. Number 5, Harry Crane gets the last laugh. Sterling Cooper's resident self-important douche, even more so than Pete, was never fully taken seriously at the firm. He got a partnership dangled in his direction only to be taken off the table when McCann's offer materialized. Only fellow jerkwad Jim Cutler shared the full regard for his skills. But with the full absorption into McCann, suddenly his soulless approach to advertising is the dominant one and his co-workers are on the outside looking in. Could there be more depressing words for the end of a series than all hail Harry Crane? Number 4, Sterling Cooper R.I.P. All traces of the venerable firm have now been snuffed out with the old office closing in memorable fashion. In the Mad Men universe, it existed for several decades before the start of the program, and now it's gone, marking the dramatic conclusion that series typically feature at the end. And whether it seemed that way at the time or not, clearly the firm served as a necessary cocoon for so many characters who are clearly struggling outside of it. Sterling Cooper won't outlive the show, but it had a great legacy in the universe of the show. Number 3, Peggy gets an attitude infusion from Roger. Now, as Joan demonstrated painfully, mere confidence only takes you so far at McCann if you don't have an Adam's apple. But writers like Matthew Weiner take great pains with what they convey to viewers, especially late in a series, and her strut down the hallway was meant to be a tone setter for what follows in the years to come. Whether it's at McCann or elsewhere, the 70s are going to belong to Peggy Olson. Of that we can be sure. Number 2, Joan gets told to stifle by the Archie Bunker of the boardroom. When Joan stood up to the rampant sexual harassment in her new workplace, Twitter was aflame with an army of ardent sympathizers. Unfortunately for Joan, none of these people were able to infiltrate the world of the show 4.5 decades in the past to provide her with any tangible support. For all of the hand-wringing about the progress of women in the workplace, Mad Men has demonstrated from day one just how much worse they really had it back in the day. The almost cartoonish level of opposition to Joan's quest for dignity that she felt she had earned now extends that theme through the full course of the series. Not counting the cashed-out Cutler, she is the first of the old partners to depart the new firm, not even lasting until Peggy's first day at the new digs. Her future, with only half her payout and an odd new boyfriend, seems up in the air. Number 1, Don Draper embraces his inner Kerouac. Both in the meta sense of what Weiner is trying to accomplish and in the universe of the show, where he has been wearing a dead man's skin for nearly 2 decades, Don is one of the most mysterious major characters in television history, and like the theme of women getting crapped on in the workplace, that motif is going to carry all the way through. Going AWOL has been a regular theme of his life, and he chose to do so again very early in his new days at McCann, possibly burning a bridge with the already volatile Jim Hobart. But Don seems to be at a you-can't-fire-me-I-quit point of his life, with his increasing realization that the advertising business is an impediment to his ability to find legitimate meaning in his life. However, if he were to stay in the business, it would have to be on his own terms, and right now he doesn't have any options since the non-compete runs through 1974. Here's one crackpot theory. Joan starts a boutique agency with her money and hires Peggy and Dick Whitman to handle her creative. Don did make the remark a few episodes back, what's in a name? Red herring or creative loophole for the Lothario of Madison Avenue? If it plays out this way, remember that you heard it here first. And as always, thanks for tuning in to this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the Periodic Table of Elements.